Welcome back to Movie Trailer Reviews podcast on the MTR Network. This is your host, Chris, and we got Phenom here. And we're here to review, which I think it's safe to say is going to be the biggest movie of 2017. Maybe the biggest movie ever, we'll see. Star Wars The Last Jedi, Star Wars Episode 8. Having taken her first steps in the Jedi world, Rey joins Luke Skywalker on an adventure with Leia, Finn, and Poe that unlocks the mysteries of the Force and secrets of the past. Yeah, man. So I already did my quick review first, so I'm going to go ahead and let you start with this one. And what you think of it, movie?
It's probably my favorite Star Wars film at this point, and not necessarily because it gave me what I was looking for, but mostly because when I thought I wasn't going to get any of what I wanted from the next, sequel in this trilogy, the film kept going and it actually came through. So there's a lot of points in this film where they could have ended the movie.
Yes.
And I felt like every time it felt like it was about to end, something else would happen. You'd be like, but wait, there's more. And they would just keep doing that. And then when it finally ended, I know some people were a bit upset by there was one thing that people didn't get. And I know some people were upset about that. But I was kind of like, but look at everything they just did. It's like this film really is trying to create its own Star Wars saga, right? And I feel like most sequels fall victim to just being the movie in the middle. And where you're just like, oh, I got to watch this to get to the third film. I feel like this film kind of feels like the setup for what they could do with however many more sequels they want to add into this. So I'm kind of looking forward to see what they do at 9. And my only request at this point is that the Jedi fights get better. And I think that I'm not sure if that's because Disney wants to show like more raw physical altercations with lightsabers. And I guess what I'm still more looking for is like these insanely skilled wielders of essentially sword/bow lightsaber.
But if you think of, without getting any spoilers, if you think about it, there aren't any available right now. Nobody really is that skilled with a lightsaber because pretty much everybody who's skilled with a lightsaber is dead.
Right.
So, no, but I feel you on that one. It's I thought the same thing, but then I thought about it, I was like, wait, this actually kind of makes sense. But I'm with you. I think that this... So I said this in my quick review, and I kind of want to make sure people do this because I think people talk themselves out of movies these days, especially these big movies, because between the time the movie is announced to when it comes out, in between there's a bunch of fan theories and speculation as to what's really going on, and people will watch a trailer and like do like 10,000 different, well, see, this is what's really going to happen in the movie because I saw it in the trailer. And I feel like if people go into this movie like that, they might leave disappointed because it's very clear to me that Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson trolled the fuck out of people with the trailer. They purposely cut things and move things around so that people would be talking about the film, which is good. But then people went. I started going back and looking at some of the people's fan theories, going like, "Oh, it has nothing to do with what you think. That is not what you think. That's not what's going to happen." And I think that's what's good about it. Like the beginning of this film almost feels like Empire Strikes Back, in that you're starting with the First Order, trying to trap and stop the rebels, and it kind of feels like the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. But quickly, like as the movie goes on, it really starts moving into its own thing and moving into something that you haven't seen before. And I found myself several times in this film going, okay, this is what's going to happen next. I know this is how they do it. I mean, this is what's going to happen. And then being completely surprised because that's not actually what they do and not actually how they move forward with it. And I feel like this film was made to play on that fact, that we think we know what's going to happen and to completely go a different direction in some points to make it fresh so that we don't feel like they. A lot of people said that the first film, The Force Awakens, felt too much like a rehash of, A New Hope. This one starts off feeling like a little bit like, and it definitely gives homage to things from, Empire Strikes Back, and I would think even a little bit of Return of the Jedi, but it's really only surface level because as you start digging deeper into it, it does things a lot different. Like it feels like it's almost like a meta commentary on the fact that there's something that Kylo says all the time, like, let the past die. And it feels like that's kind of the theme of this entire movie is to let the past die, stop thinking about what you think because you've seen it before and because it's what we've done in the past. We're about to go do something different. And like you said, it makes me really excited for episode 9, but also Rian Johnson's, trilogy that's not going to have anything to do with the Skywalkers. And I feel like this is what sets up for that.
Yeah, I don't know. For like Mark Hamill put out a statement, and he was basically saying that. I got the statement here. He actually says, "What I wish is that they had been more accepting of his being Lucas's guidance and advice, because he had an outline for 7, 8, and 9, and it is vastly different to what they have done. But then again, I don't want to be an old stick in the mud. There were the originals. There were the originals. There's the prequels, but that's all George. And now we have the next generation. And as far as I can see, they are more popular than ever. And to me, I feel like he understood." Because he is a pretty big role in this movie. And I feel like what he understood as an actor, as this being like, the spark in his career, that despite his nostalgia, we are talking to a new generation of potential or already Star Wars fans. Not to mention, Disney had to come in and kind of be like, look, this is ours now. And there are going to be things like more comedy. There's going to be darker action. And there's going to be relationship conflicts that we build to give you an interesting storyline. There's really a lot of plot in this movie.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of character development in this movie.
Yeah.
From both sides of the Force, right? If you're talking about Adam Driver, who is doing an amazing job as Kylo Ren and really playing this conflicted individual. And then you talk about where they really seem to be taking his character in this movie, and all of it is real misdirection.
Yeah, the entire film's misdirection, if you think about it.
And I think that's good because that keeps people on the edge of the seats. You never know exactly what his character is going to do or what's going to happen. Whereas Rey is truly a beam of shining hope. And you're just like, yeah, Rey. Yeah, you know what? That's not stupid what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. And then later on, you're like, you're being a bit naive. And you just started doing this Jedi shit. You might want to calm down and stop taking everything at face value. And that comes from all of the people that she interacts with in this movie. It's just a whole lot of building, and they did a whole lot of reconstruction here with this universe. I think they knocked a whole lot of things down. They were like, they didn't just like try to reboot this with this. They didn't just try to create their own. I think they really looked at old fans and were like, hey, we gave y'all shit. You had your moment. Enjoy it, and we're moving forward now.
No, that's
suggesting things that we need to bring back, and that's if you want my old shit, buy my old album, because that's not what we doing.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be funny seeing people slam this movie for being too similar to the originals when if you say that, that tells me you didn't really. I don't know what film you watched, because they very clearly are drawing a line in the sand saying we're not going back. We're looking for. We're not going back. And like I said, hey, look, I respect Mark Hamill. I love him in this movie. He's very funny. I mean, there are some really funny moments in this film. But I'm sorry, but I'm glad that Disney did not go with George Lucas's plan, because George Lucas has some really nice, big ideas with creating the universe. But when it comes to execution, George Lucas is, I'm sorry, he sucks. He's terrible.
He's a macro thinker. He's a macro thinker. Yeah. And that's fine, because you need writers in the room doing the actual micro plot development. He sees what it could be, but doesn't know what steps you need to take to get there, I think.
No, absolutely. No.
No.
And Rian Johnson wrote this. So he didn't just direct it. He wrote this one too. And after when the film ended, I was like, I definitely say why, before the film even came out, they gave him the reins to the next trilogy. Because he basically seeds a lot. Yeah, J.J. Abrams is back for 9. So, and they'll wrap up this story here. But I'm so excited now for what Rian Johnson does with the universe he seeds in 8, because there's so much there now. And
this is their Jason Lin moment. Is that his name?
Yeah, Justin.
Fast Furious director?
Yeah, Justin Lin.
Justin Lin. I know it didn't sound right. Like I kept saying Jason, but I'm looking at him like that doesn't sound right. This is really their Justin Lin moment in this franchise. And I don't think they've added The Rock yet. But if you're paying attention, everything's about to change. And it's about to get better. And it was already good.
Right.
So you have anything but excitement for moving forward. And I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the theoreticals surrounding the future progression of Star Wars at this point. Like, we got to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Because how long is this movie, man? Because this shit feels like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's a good. I want to say it's a good at least 2 hours and 20. Let me see. It is 2 hours and 30. So it's a 2 hours and 30 minute movie. It's a long movie. It might be longer than Force Awakens. But like you said, you know what it is? You know what it is? There are at least, I mean, there's little subplots here and there, but there are a good 3 major plot points happening around the same time.
Oh, hell yeah.
You have Rey. You have the Jedi stuff. That's Rey, Luke, and obviously Rey and Kylo. Then you have the stuff that deals with Finn. And Finn gets it goes on a side mission with Kelly Marie Tran's character Rose. You know, that's the Asian American character they brought in. Which, can I just say that real quick? When I heard they were adding that character in there, I was like, okay, that's nice, getting some diversity in there. Because I know how they usually do with these films. They add a diversity character in there, and she's nice. She got a little role there, and it's fine. No, she has a major role in this film. Like, they were not kidding.
Maybe I received that wrong then, because I thought she had a bigger role because they kept pushing her everywhere.
No, you're right. But you know what it is? I'm used to non-Disney films saying that. Like, for instance, remember what happened with the Apocalypse movie when they were pushing I can't remember what her name is, the girl who played you say what now?
What, Storm's character?
Well, they did it with Storm. They did it with Olivia Munn's character, Slock. They did it with, but even worse, they did it with the girl who plays Jubilee. They made a big announcement about adding Jubilee to that movie, and then she barely even speaks in the film. She doesn't use her powers. So I was kind of, and I shouldn't have been, because it's Disney. I should have known if they're putting this character forward, they're putting Kelly forward, that she was going to have a major role. So I don't know. That's my fault for underestimating it. But she has a big role in this film. It is a major role in this film, and it's great. And then you have the issue with the rest of the Resistance, with basically your boy Poe getting put in his place by a bunch of women over and over again, and it's fucking fantastic. Like, if you were a salty dude, bro, who were mad about The Force Awakens, you might be really mad about this film. Because Poe gets put in this place a lot and it is amazing.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so many characters they give attention to. Like, I feel like Daisy Ridley as Rey plays it straightforward. Mark Hamill is he's the Grinch. He's the get off my lawn, you damn Jedi.
And he does a great job as it too. Yeah, it's amazing.
Adam Driver is doing what Adam Driver does best and playing a really, really confused dude who doesn't know if he's a good person or a bad person or a terrible person. Donald Gleason, I feel like, does not get enough attention for his role in these movies as this sniveling son of a bitch.
You're right. He is. Yeah.
Who is constantly being treated like a puny god throughout these whole movies. This movie opens up with him being slammed. And I was just, like slammed.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah.
For 2 hours, he is just constantly being not put in his place, but like force choked into his place. And it is great because his character really isn't, like, despite the fact that he is a sniveling, awful sounding son of a bitch, there is a logic to the way he tries to run this ship as a ship. And everybody else is all bent off emotion. And the only time he shows emotion is when people don't treat him don't give him the respect that he deserves when he's playing the power role he's in. And I like that Disney plays with that character, right? I like that he plays that character so well. And I really, he's like one of my favorite parts of these films.
No,
it's just when I see him on screen, I'm like, okay, we about to get some funny shit. Cause that and when they show random like stormtroopers walking up on certain people, you about to get some facial expressions. I feel like they watched a lot of Family Guy episodes making fun of Star Wars, and we're like, that shit actually is funny though. We should put these throughout these movies.
Yeah.
Like more plentifully. There were little like hints and stuff throughout the old films, but it just wasn't as in your face as it is now. And they do it so much in this movie, and yet it does not distract away from the serious tone throughout certain points. It really is comic relief for all of the awful shit that happens in this movie. Like, there's a lot of fucking death in this movie.
Yeah, there are a lot of people die in this. Like, again, going back to what people think are worried about Disney buying up things. Like, this is next movie. Like, next to Rogue One, like, I think we got to have a talk with Disney about killing all these characters and their Lucas and their Star Wars. They kill a lot of people in this film. Like,
people complain about the destruction in Man of Steel, but Disney be destroying whole fucking planets. Like literally in Force Awakens, we watch people watch their planet being destroyed while they're on it. Yeah. That's way worse than what happened in Metropolis, my nigga. Like, there's no comparison, okay? And they continue that destruction in this film. They just be killing people.
Yeah, we're gonna when we do this spoiler review, we're gonna have a serious talk about the rebellion and how many losses they take, because like they take like I was like, when I was watching the end of the film, I was like, hey, wait a minute, did you guys that's a you guys have a problem.
When we were watching the end, I was like, when they was looking around, I was like, can we do it? I was like, like, we'll see, won't we?
So the thing about Empire, the funny thing about Empire Strikes Back is like the bad guy wins. That's what people always love. The bad guy wins, and in this one, I'm not saying that the bad guy wins, but they got a healthy lead. I'm just saying they got a healthy lead, yo.
Right.
They got a really
on the court, and y'all need a pep talk.
Right. Let's just I'll put it this way. They got a 3-1 lead in the finals. They got a 3-1 lead. Maybe they'll blow it, but I'm just saying it ain't looking good for your boys, yo, and your women. Right. Yo. I'm just saying it ain't looking good.
I'm just like, I'm completely blown by a lot of the performances. I love Laura Dern being added in.
I was just about to bring that up. Yes.
Yeah, like, she's a great actress. She really is an amazing actress. And goddamn misdirection, man. I'm telling you, you just
Yeah.
these characters, they have like they're real people.
So
They do real people shit, and you really got to stop treating this like a chess game where one side of the board is bad and the other side of the board is good people, and that's how you picking sides because you really don't know till the last moment who's with who. So, you know, shout out to Benicio del Toro.
Right, and so this is an interesting thing too that they do, and I really like this. So in Force Awakens, you get other characters, but the main focus of that film was Rey and Finn. Like most of your interactions involved Rey and Finn. Those was a big thing. Now, again, Rey is still a big part because you know she has this huge story, and Finn does have. Again, don't get me wrong. Finn and Rey are all throughout this movie and have their own thing separately from each other this time. But what I found so interesting about this film is Rian Johnson found a way to make sure all the other characters mattered, and mattered almost as much as your two leads, like significantly. Like Laura Dern doesn't have a lot of screen time, but her screen time matters when she has it, and it's a significant thing. Carrie Fisher. There's not a lot. I didn't say a lot about her in the quick review. I think a lot of it's going to have to wait until the spoiler review. But I'll just say this: Carrie Fisher in this film, I think that it's, you know, rest in peace. But if she was around, I know she would be thrilled with the final product of what this is and her role in this. Like it's great. It's exactly what, and you won't see something is coming. But it's great. Her role in this is amazing. Like I said, the way they set up all their women in here, and the fact that this was written and directed by a man, I think gives us, you know, it's necessary in today's environment where we're seeing with Hollywood and stuff like that. Having a white male write and direct these female characters doing these roles where at times it's almost self-deprecating as a man to write the way that some of these women are handling some men, because in a lot of the cases the men have gotten a little out of hand and have to be put in check, and it's the female characters that are doing that, and they're done really well. I'm waiting for money to hit, and the dude bros who were mad about Force Awakens are going to be back in force because they're going to be pissed. And I'm going to love it. I'm going to eat up every minute of it because they deserve that shit.
It's weird though, right? Because even when you watch films back in the day where male written characters were chauvinistic and sexist and, you know, heroically stupid, right? It seemed to be self-sacrificing, but really were self-serving. In those movies still, women typically are the crutch and the balance to their egotistic, they're egomaniac, like they're like egomaniacal ways. Really, I'm saying egomaniac because it really is like a blend of just two fucked up personality traits. In these films, I like the fact, like you're saying, that they basically bring that more to the forefront. Shine a bit more spotlight on the fact that women really be balancing out these dudes that be throwing their testosterone around and, you know, talking big shit with big guns. And everybody else the women are just a bit more strategic, man. Like women are all about the fundamentals of war.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, it's women are bringing balance to the force. I mean, if you want to get meta with it, if you want to get the meta commentary on that, and there's a lot of meta commentary in this, it's women are bringing balance to the force. That is what this film is, and it's amazing when you think about what we're going through now in today's society. Well, not today's society, but in today's like just what's going on with women, the silence breakers, and all this stuff going on right now.
This film political climate is that
right?
Women bring it balance to the force.
And this film was
exactly
finished. This film was finished before then.
Powers, actually, that's exactly what it is.
Right, and this film was finished before then. So, and then when you add in the fact that you have Kathleen Kennedy as the producer and is the one who's running Lucasfilms, and you've seen her have to fire some male directors over creative differences, and then you see what Rian Johnson did and her putting Rian Johnson in front of and I'm like, I wonder what might have been some of the creative differences that might have been there, because I'm telling you right now, they basically turned Star Wars into how would the right call it? feminist propaganda. That's what they would call it now. And you know what though? It's making it better. It's making it better. Like
it's not just making it's making it better like all around, but individually, it's like when you're focusing on Poe specifically, it makes him a better person.
no, it did. It made
Is an amazing dude. They just all the women around him just are making him a better person. And the same thing with Finn. Even when he's being a motherfucking knucklehead, women are still making him in the end a better damn person.
You want to be honest? Luke. It takes Rey and a little bit of Leia to make Luke a better person. Like all the men in this film are problematic and are made better by women, and it's throughout this entire fucking film. It's there, and it's very interesting and it's very well timed, and this is why I can't wait for the general public to see this film because it's so there. Some other
guy, can you talk about that? Can we talk about like the actual universe though?
That
they built like these new planets we visit, these new creatures, the fucking creatures, dude. Like
yes, they finally
so fantastical, man. Like you love the sci-fi element, you know, the Star Trek-esque warp traveling and light speed this and the lightsabers, and then you like the whole like religious aspect with the Force. But like the whole fantastical element, I think some people kind of tend to ignore sometimes when it comes to Star Wars. Yes, you see creatures from different planets, but to me, that's still sci-fi. Like actually like humanoidish creatures, or even creatures that walk on two legs but look nothing like humans. You know, that you're always going to get that. The actual like wildlife creature set up and built for this film, the different just things they came up with. Like you're looking at an alien thing and you're going, it's kind of cute though. You know, like you just get like, oh, what the fuck? Here's the thing. I want one though.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I think with the little porgs, or I think they're what they're called. I don't even think they name them in the film, but I know that's what I've seen people say that online. But so when you go to the island that Luke's at, I don't know if you notice it, but you can see a creature off in the water in the background. You never see the creature again. They never. I think maybe later on they might show you a skeleton or something like that. But it's like that kind of attention to detail. Like the focus isn't on the background. You're like, I think there's two characters. It might be Rey and Luke talking, and you look over their shoulder and you see this like just the tail of the creature in the water. It's that kind of attention to detail they've done to kind of make this entire world, the entire universe of Star Wars, and expand it all to go. Because here's the thing. We keep going back to the same planets over and over again. It feels like. I feel like in this film here, this is probably the first time we don't go to any planets that are the same. We don't.
Everybody's story takes place on a different fucking planet or in a different complete location. The only time I felt like we went back was towards the end, and that's fine. But even then, I'm not even sure.
No, dude. So I figured it out.
That was like that. That wasn't. I don't remember because the shit that they did. I don't know how they have to be up for like Oscar noms for at least cinematography and shit, because the final like 15 to 20 minutes of this movie is insanely beautiful as far as the war, what's happening. Like they did some shit that I have just never seen done in a film. I'm supposed to be looking at a battle and it is art happening on this screen right now, man. How am I supposed to pay attention when y'all are doing this colorful shit? What? And it's so base, it's so simple, but it looks so damn dope. And the way they even introduce some of it is like I saw it and I was like, I don't get what I'm looking at. And then when I realized what I'm looking at, I'm like, this is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
what the hell?
It's funny. There's a moment in the film where somebody says something at that moment. It's like, oh, what? Oh, that's, and you think it's blood or something like that. And he said, I'm like, oh, they're trying to, again, they do these subtle things to go, see, if you think it's the same, you think we're doing like the Battle of Hoth. So you're like, oh, I know what this is. They're out here in snow. And it's like, no. They throw a little comment in there. You're like, oh shit, it's not snow. Oh, and you know, it's just it's very beautiful. Like you said, it's art, and you forget that oh shit, there's a big battle going on. You know, and this is life or death, and people are about to die here. The design of the ships. There are two new ships that I don't think we've seen before. and they're
Is
massive.
one of them Kylo's?
One of them is either Kylo's or Snoke's. I think it's Snoke's. And then the other one, they introduced the Dreadnought, and I don't think we've seen these Dreadnoughts before. And it's a massive ship. Matter of fact, you see it at the beginning of the film, and it's just massive, and you're just like, yeah, the rebels are in trouble. And they're beautiful. There's there's a new planet we go to, and Rose describes it as the worst of the worst, and so you're like, oh, we've been to these kind of planets before, and you are not going to be prepared for what you see, and when you see, you're like, oh, this makes sense though. This makes absolutely
why she would have said that.
Yeah, it makes totally sense why she would say this, and yeah, it's something that, again, we haven't seen before in a Star Wars film, but when you think about it, it's like, oh no, this makes fucking sense. This is brilliant. You know, this opens up so many other questions about what's going on in this universe and how things work. So yeah, man.
They opened up with, and I like how they really do be using Poe to open up these movies. It's kind of perfect with what they do with him in every movie. But we saw some like tactical flying maneuvers that he used in the last film. Holy shit. The stuff that he does in this one.
Oh, in the beginning of the film is fucking...
Yeah. This is why Poe is Poe. Okay. Because he's unnecessarily badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is he even doing this with this ship right now? Like, it shouldn't have this type of agility.
Right.
And, my nigga, like, what the fuck is going on? And the fucking Laura Dern, man, like her big moment. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that is a moment where I think everybody, you're gonna go, holy shit, and I can't wait to see that in IMAX.
Everybody's gonna go as silent as that scene is.
Oh, and I love that he did that. Again,
there's no sound.
Right,
there's not supposed to be.
There's not supposed to be sound in space, but you know, in Star Wars, right?
But the only thing I picked up from the movie Gravity,
right? But in Star Wars, you always hear the sound, right? You always hear the sound of the battles. But that one moment, they actually do it real, and they cut the sound out completely, and it works. It's just a great moment. It's you know. But like I said,
now I talked about like I wasn't like super because I just missed Darth Maul, man. I just missed that fight. But I wasn't super thrilled. Like I thought the Jedi fights were dope, right? I thought for what they were. I will say this though, and this is gonna keep getting reiterated. Y'all act like Disney don't know how to do dark shit. The best fight, the best scenes, the best choreography of their fights with lightsabers are because of how they use them to kill people.
Yeah, people die.
It is really, really fucked up.
So here's the thing. Yeah,
lightsabers to kill people.
So here's the thing: in other movies, when they let's say they're killing like stormtroopers or something like that, they hit them, but you don't really see it enter them, or you don't see anything like bad like this. In this one, you're like, oh no, lightsabers do like cut through things, and so this could actually, oh yeah, this could be horrific.
There's a lot of penetration in this movie with lightsabers, right. And I was like, I don't know if some of this. I don't want kids seeing this and going, these are things that get done with lightsabers. But it's the moments are so badass.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of like, I guess if they're not going to be like spinning bows around because they saw all this training that Rey does, right? Like, well, not Daisy Ridley, to get prepared for these roles. And she's really like slick with a bow. You know, she about that life.
That's what they need. See, that's what she needs. She needs in the next film, they need to give her a bow lightsaber.
That's what I wanted. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, yo, she is badass with a bow. She constantly shows that she's badass with a bow.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this with the spoiler review. Because now I just thought about something. Let's talk about this with the spoiler review. Because you might get your wish now that I think about it. So now that now that I think about it, because you're right. Yeah, okay. They've
been building.
They really have. Now that I think about it, they really have been. I think she's gonna get it. Oh, that's gonna be good, yo. That's gonna be good. if there's like, they get all this characters. I will say this one thing. I know there's a lot of people, shout out to the people even on this network, and I was hoping for it too. Captain Phasma still doesn't get a lot to do. She gets a little bit of a moment here, but I'll be honest, I wanted more just because I think the character's badass, and I did read that little 4-issue miniseries they did with her is really great. She's a really badass character. I would say this, like, I think at this point they need to just continue to treat her like she's like this series is Boba.
Yeah, I thought that's what the whole point was.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's this this series is Boba, and she gets more. Yeah, I think she gets more than him to do, but there's just too many other characters and too many other things to go on to deal with that. She's the one that kind of falls aside. I know that sucks for some people, but again, there's so much other things going in the movie. I'll put it this way: when she finally shows up in the movie, I was like, "Oh shit, I did forget she's in this film." Because I
absolutely forgot.
You're literally,
I was like, we didn't have enough people we had to deal with.
Right.
I forgot this existed.
You're literally dealing with so much other shit that I just honestly, it just didn't cross my fucking mind.
But the whole point was for another great setup,
right?
And it is such they already on their second film, and they already paying homage to great characters that we loved from The Force Awakens. Like specifically, there was a character that I think a lot of black people was like, yo, that motherfucker was real though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Disney was listening, and there's a callback to that in this movie, and I thought it was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that to take notice of and go, they really do listen. Like they really are on Twitter. They really are watching. They might be listening to these reviews and trying to figure out what's the next dope thing we can do in the writers' room.
I think they do that. I think they do it to go, oh, you guys think this was going on? Like you find out whose Rey's parents are, and I think there's going to be a lot of people who think it's misdirection, but I honestly think it's true. And I think it's perfect. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense for what the whole theme of this trilogy here is. And this whole trilogy is to launch us into the next set of trilogies and the next set of moving forward for this Star Wars universe. I think it makes sense.
I disagree because they put too much emphasis into it for what they did here. And I don't trust the person that she got the info from either.
Right.
See,
you're right.
I get that to me.
I think it leaves it open. Yeah. We'll talk more about that on the spoiler review because I really want. I think that's going to be a really heavy discussion for a lot of people.
That's what some people were mad about on our way out. For sure, that's what they said about. They were very vocal about it.
Oh, and I'm sure, and I'm like, I get it.
I get it too.
But I think going forward, it makes fucking perfect sense, and I think it's also
it was the most important thing. Like I think
it wasn't.
I think in The Force Awakens they put so much attention on it, and in this film they put just as much attention on it when it's her time on screen. But when all the other 6 plot lines are going on, that answer just doesn't hold as much weight anymore the bigger this universe gets. And that's what I felt like. I felt like at the end of all things, yeah, okay, if she finds out, cool, and I want her to because I want to. And if this is what we're getting, then okay, that's fine because I also see what they're doing with Star Wars, period.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is about there's bigger things. There are more important things that she should be focusing on at this point. Right. I understand that is something that she needs, but I think that she really does need to see the forest for the trees. And if this is the answer we're getting, it does make sense. Like you said, it's going to make people upset, but it makes sense. And it's because y'all only looking at the tree as well.
Right. Like you gotta see the bigger picture, which is again, so much of this film, they kind of tell you what it's the let the past die line from Kylo in the trailer. And then when Luke says, this is not going to go the way you think. Like, but you take both of those things right there, and that pretty much sums up this movie. And
they're breaking the fourth wall, and they're talking to y'all.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's so many times that it happens in the film, too, and you're just like, huh. The only thing that was missing was Deadpool popping up and going message and breaking the fourth wall and looking at you saying, "Hey, you get it now? It's stupid." But and it works, man. Like I said, it just works. Supreme Leader Snoke, it's funny what they do with him. He again, I can't get too much into it because it gets into spoilers, but they make him terrifying enough, and then they use that to again go to playing on what you think is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'll just say that, and his face is fucked up. So I'm just saying that facial thing.
Yeah, I kind of like what they did with his character simply because of his face. Yeah. I was like,
I can yeah,
it's weird, and it definitely what I want to say. I'm not going to say because I would have to. It has to be spoiler. It would be spoiler. Yeah. But Disney knows. Like Disney gets it.
Yeah, they get it.
Like, you know what? We get it, guys. And I'm like, yeah, they had to.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, not too much more I can go into without going into spoilers. And I think we'll get some more people on, and we'll definitely do a spoiler review hopefully next week sometime for the premium folks. So make sure you sign up for premium. So if you want to hear that, you can get that sometime next week. But yeah, this movie is gonna make a ton of money. It's really fucking good. It deserves it.
God, this in IMAX, like real.
I can't wait to see it on Sunday. I got my tickets already, and I cannot fucking wait.
I might have to cop me some tickets.
It's gonna look so good, dude.
My God, it's so many scenes where it's just either really beautiful landscape shots of fake planets or fake areas or fake space or fake ships, and then there's just also the fights that are wide angle, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah. It's going to... I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So
fucking magical moments are going to look amazing. Yeah, and there are a lot of magical moments. A lot of Disney magic moments.
Yes.
So...
Yes. So that's it for this movie. Oh, wait. What are we giving this? 10 out of 10?
This is a 10.
Okay. What the fuck? I wasn't even. Like, I was gonna. We were gonna end it. I wasn't even gonna give it a rating for it. Cause I was like, come on, guys. Here's the weird thing about doing a review for a movie like this. You know you were gonna go see this. This is not like Justice League where they had some stumbles and people were kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna go see. Like Disney, they've had 2 Star Wars films since Disney's bought them. One made $2 billion. The other one made or like $1 billion. I think it's $2 billion. The other one made like $1.1 billion. They just $2 billion. That's $3 billion already. Like, yeah, everybody's gonna go see this fucking film too. So like, there's no real convincing you to go see it. I guess is more convincing you how many times you're gonna go see the film.
That's pretty.
I think that's more. That's the more thing. It's like, how many times are you gonna go see this film? Are you gonna go see it twice, or are you gonna see it 3 times? Because you're gonna see it at least twice. You're gonna do at least that. So yeah, definitely go check it out. We have some other reviews that will be coming. I don't know. Maybe we got to talk about doing this. Maybe we'll do it Thursday or so. We got to review. Well, you're not gonna. I got to get you the Darkest Hour, so I got to get you that one. But we got to review The Shape of Water. We're gonna review that one. We both seen that one.
We got to talk about Sally Hawkins.
Yeah.
And
so
that's why I want to get you. I want to get you Maudie.
Yeah.
So you can watch it before we talk about The Shape of Water, because
all right, so this is what we'll do.
Just looking at the Golden Globe stuff or whatever, it's Shape of Water is going to be everywhere.
Yeah,
when it comes to Oscar. I mean, it's already evident.
Yeah. I got to.
I don't, looking at their categories, I don't see who can beat her. In a lot of in those actors in those actors categories.
No. Dude, I've seen all the other films that people are putting out for Best Actress, and I'm like, I don't see how Sally Hawkins, like, I've seen The Post, I've seen 3 Billboards, and these are not bad performances or bad movies. They're good. I'm sorry, nothing should beat Sally Hawkins in these films. It just should not fucking happen.
Bro, they got Octavia Spencer up for Best Supporting Actress, and I'm like, you know what though?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
She kind of should.
I know. I'm not mad at it. No, I'm not mad at it. Like it's, I saw that too, and I was like, I'm not mad at that.
Water for the character that she plays, and
not
like,
mad.
And how emotional and all over the place she was, and
not mad,
how she really was like the heart of the audience. Like, dude,
not mad,
or the voice, not the heart, the voice of the audience.
I'm just
watching
saying,
it.
Not mad at that. Not mad that they put her in there because I'm just like, you know what? That's not. I can see it, but yeah. So
a lot. The other character doesn't. The main actress in this movie doesn't speak.
Yeah,
so she had to carry the dialogue in scenes.
So this is what we're gonna do. I'll get you. We'll trade off sometime. I'll get you Darkest Hour. I'll watch it sometime this week. I'll get you Darkest Hour, and then you give me Maudie, and then what we'll do is we'll try to do the reviews for Darkest Hour, Maudie, and then we're gonna have Jumanji next week. So maybe we'll do 3 reviews next week, 3 separate reviews, and we'll put them out sometime. So
I have no hope for this movie.
You know what? Right now is at a 25, like 30 reviews. It's in 25-5 or something like that. So
you said
it's positive right now. It's got a positive rating right now.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it either. It's at 84%. Hold on. 84, 26 to 5. 26 to 5.
Nope, I do not.
I'm not falling for it either, dude. I'm not falling for it either. I'm not falling for it either. I'm like, no. We're gonna see it next. We're gonna see it next Monday though. So we'll try to. That's what I'll do. I'll switch off the movies with you on Monday when I see you. So that way we'll watch it by then, and then we'll do the reviews. And like I said, coming in 2018, we're gonna have a lot of other reviews, and we're gonna actually be doing these little award season podcasts where we talk about some of these films and compare them, and talk about the different things people are up for. So like I said, I know a lot of people. Go ahead.
You know what it is?
What?
It's funny.
Yeah,
it's
no.
Really funny. It's gotta be just so damn dumb funny.
Well, look at the average review right now. The average review is 6 out of 10. So I'm already telling you that 84% is going to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to drop like a rock when everybody sees it next week.
So the being nice, is what it sounds.
Right.
Give me a 6 out of 10. It's borderline.
Right.
Okay, we tolerated it. It was entertaining enough.
Right.
We didn't want to keep ourselves on the way out. So cool. Okay, that makes sense. And we like The Rock. We really like Dwayne, and he just announced the next baby. Like, we're really happy for him. I got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, folks. There you guys have it. Again, movie trailer reviews on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, and also hit us up on YouTube. Like I said, my quick review is already up on YouTube. We got some other stuff up on YouTube as well, and I got a lot of other videos coming from there. So make sure you hit us up, youtube.com/MTR Network. And we will be back soon. So thank you guys very much for listening. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.